何やその。
チェックしてます。こんばんは。
こんばんは。
まだ始まってないかな。
I didn't know it didn't
今
start.
回ね、OK です。はい、皆さんこんばんは。
That was funny, Kuni.
あ、
That's funny.
Yes.
So, Kuni, I put on the song Fantastic Voyage
うん。
because today is travel day.
イ
Yay!
エーイ。異文化ルーム、マイク&クニ、
違う、Kuni のマイク。
マイク&クニ。
あ、そう。
はい。1ヶ月ぶりですね。皆さんこんばんは。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so my wife says it's Mike and Kuni's intercultural communication. Welcome.
Yes.
So today we're going to try something new. Kuni's going to talk first and then I translate, I hope.
はい。今日は、何？
新しいの
新
方法
しい
じゃないの。新しいの way.
新しい方法。何の新しい方法？
We're going to, no, 方法じゃない is information. I want to do a new way. I want you to talk first and I translate.
OK。私が言って、マイクは通訳してくれるそうです。この異文化ルームは私の日本語、マイクの、英語、マイクの変な日本語、私の、カタカナ英語で、4つのランゲージでやってます。
We use 4 languages, English and Japanese, and then Mike, I try my best, and Kuni tries her best in the other language. So it's 4 languages you can understand no matter what language you use. Okay, Kuni, so today's theme is travel, but what did we talk about last time? I don't remember. A long time ago. So I apologize, ne. Gomen, ne. We missed. Because we missed them. I didn't forget. Hontoni, we missed, so moshiyake arimasen. It's a little busy, ne.
そう、ちょっとね、忙しかったですね、この1ヶ月ね。誰もが忙しいと思いますが、1ヶ月に1回。今回は、春休みの私たちの旅行について、ちょっと。
So this time we're going to talk about our trip that we took for the spring vacation about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was a great trip.
はい、そうですね。
We'll start with that. So we
大
went
阪&京都に行ってきました。はい、いいですよ。
We went to Osaka and Kyoto.
はい。どなたが見てくださっています。よかったらコメントください。よろしくお願いします。
Before you start, Kuni, we should give some haikei. So I talked to you guys about low context and high context communication. So はっきりの communication と、もうちょっと indirect ね、日本スタイルね、一応聞いて重視することが。And in high context communication, we like to give a background. But sometimes high context communication is good. So I want to give you some background on this trip. Right. Can you do?
Background trip?
No, sorry. この旅行の背景もう少し説明したいね、まず。
はいはいはい。
So this trip, my son, he wanted to go on the, we had like 3 goals, right? So 目標は3つ県ね。
3件
ね。One is Mikey wanted to really ride on a Shinkansen for 3 years and a half. But every time we try to go, the COVID virus problem or something was canceled. ね。
はい、息子くんがですね、新幹線大好きなんですよ。なので、まずは新幹線に乗る旅行をしたいっていうことが一つでしたね。はい。
So we want to do that before he left. And he, like Kuni said, he's really a train otaku. ね、新幹線 otaku, we call it like a geek for trains.
そうそう、彼はね、電車大好きで、電車オタク。
All right, so then the second goal was we had never been to Universal Studios, both of us.
そう。ユニバーサル・スタジオにね、行きたくてね、しょうがなかったんですね。アメリカのは2人は行ったことがあるんですが、日本のはないってことで、まずそこに行く。それが大きな目的でした。
So Mikey and Mike, we have been to Universal Studios in Los Angeles. Excuse me, but I had never been to the one in Japan. And finally, Kuni, we wanted to do Ohanami in Kyoto.
そう、ちょうどね、偶然にも、京都のエリアのですね、桜の満開の時期に遭遇してですね、もう、なかなか見られない光景をですね、楽しんできました。
So basically, Kuni, because I can't translate perfectly, she said, we'd never been to Kyoto or Osaka to do the cherry blossom viewing, which is a very big part of culture in Japan. And then also we were going to go together. So all those things. So you have to keep that in mind when we talk about this story. Okay. All right, Kuni, I'm ready.
はい。OK、もう一つ。そうだ、桜の満開はね、ちょうど私たちが結婚式を挙げた時期なので、桜の満開はね、とても、皆さんも大好きですけどね、私たちも大好きですね。
Okay, so Kuni, she said the word mankai, which is a new word for me. This is the first blooming. So when we got married was also the same time period. So this trip was kind of like an anniversary trip for us too. So it really, COVID virus made it difficult to travel, but this trip made us we were able to get a lot of things done on this trip.
はい、ということで。
じゃあ日本語で。
ごめん、今日本語で訳して。
COVID のせいは、旅行は大変。でも
そうだったね。
私たちは、たくさんの、目標じゃない、たくさんのゴールになりましたね。しましたね。We were able to do.
はい、コロナの間はね、本当に旅行できなくてね、キャンセルになったこともありましたけども、今回はやっとね。
Yeah, so COVID made us cancel, like we were supposed to go to Hokkaido, so we had to cancel that trip, but this time we were able to do it. So,
はい。
I'm ready.
はい、OK。ではですね、ちょっとうまくいくかわからないんですが、写真をちょっと共有したいと思います。ちょっとお待ちください。
Okay, so Kuni is going to show some pictures. Just hold on a second. So while she's doing that, I want to talk about the trip. So, there was one thing we learned on this trip. We tried to think about how to get all of our goals and also make it affordable, Kuni. So we also tried, we rode the Shinkansen there, which is a little bit expensive, but we came back, we used another way. We'll talk about that at the end of the pictures to try to save money. So,
はい、見えてるかな？
旅行は高いだから、いろいろな、テクニックじゃない、いろいろな方法をやってみたいね。We tried different things.
そうですね。はい、子供もね、いろいろ日本を楽しんでほしいので、いろんな行きは新幹線。
Okay, so we want to do a lot of things. So one thing was riding the train. So we took the train there, but coming back.Let's keep a secret.
Okay.
We'll tell you guys at the end, I said.
はい。ではですね。
Okay, so what is this picture? Can you please explain?
これは、新幹線で、新大阪に着いてですね。まずはじめに、これ大阪城に行きました。
Okay, so we took off from the Shinkansen, and the first place we went to, when we got off the Shinkansen, we went to Osaka Castle, which I had been to before. Have you been there before?
はい。私は初めてでした。
あ、そう？
はい。
It was your first time? I didn't know that.
Yes, it's the first time. はい。そして桜もこんなね、綺麗だったので、息子くんは一生懸命桜撮ってましたね。
So, yeah, Mikey likes the flowers. I mean, I like the castle, but he likes the flowers, so he was able to take a lot of pictures. Kuni, are you interested in castles?
まあですね。
You're supposed to translate first.
はい。私はね、そこまでそんなにね、お城詳しくないし、興味はなかったんですが、マイクは大好き。
Okay, so Kuni said she doesn't have a lot of interest, a little interest in castle, but maybe it's growing. But I love castles. As you know, I studied Toshikeikaku. And in Japan, I wrote my Toshikeikaku no Ronbun about Japanese housing. So there was a section in there about Japanese architecture. So I'm interested in city planning, and I did my report about Japanese city planning.
そう。マイクはですね、日本の都市計画の論文を書いた大学院でね、書いてるので、日本のこういうの大好きなんです。ね、だからすごい興味があって、もうあっち見てもこっち見てもすごいって言ってました。ね、
Okay, so what are the other pictures on the bottom?
これ下はですね、USJ のね、地図です、マップです。
Okay, so on the bottom we got the maps of USJ, which we didn't have it until halfway through the trip, though, right? In the first part, Mikey and I have been to USJ many times, so we know where to go. And the layout is very similar to in Los Angeles.
Similarly.
じゃあ私ね。はい。私とクニさんの初めてでもマイクとマイキーは何回 ユニバーサル行きました。だから、チーズはあまりいらないね。でも、クニさんは、自信はなしね。持ってない。だから、we got the map in the middle of the trip. So Kuni didn't trust us. But Kuni, the USJ was the second day. So what was the first day? Let's finish the first day about Osaka Castle first. I want to talk about the castle a little bit.
Okay. ごめん、写真これしかない。
Okay, that's okay. So in the castle, it takes a long time to get in there. So we had to walk all the way around the river.
なんだろう、あれはお城の周りの、お堀ですね。お堀を歩いて桜を見てから中に入ったね。
So yeah, but before we went in, I really wanted to buy some street food. Street food, like on the road, the food they have, the vendors, kiosks. But we finally ended up buying some mangoes, which was very good, but a little bit expensive.
そうそう。一応出店がね、ちょっと桜も咲いてたのであったんですよね。そこで、大阪で最初に買ったものはフルーツのお店のマンゴーでしたね。
Then when we got inside the castle grounds and we went in the castle, the first thing was Mikey forgot his student ID again.
そうそうそうそう。こういうところに入るときって、生徒手帳大事じゃないですか、子供は。そう、マイキーが持ってなくてですね。
But we figured, I think we showed his passport or something and they let him in. But, but the price is very reasonable, right? How much does it cost to go in there?
500円ぐらいでしたね。
So it's only like $5 to get in there. So it's really reasonable to go to these really nice places. So inside the castle, they have many different kinds of attractions or displays using different technology. So it was really interesting.
そうだね。いろんなもちろんね、歴史とかが貼ってあって、まあ中のものは写真撮れないのでね。
Yeah, well, sometimes we could take pictures. I took pictures. Kuni's, there's a lot of historical things in there. It explains a lot about Osaka history. So they talked about Oda Nobunaga a lot. More than... Yeah, they talked about Oda Nobunaga. Okay, so Japan has 3 people who unified the country. Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and of course, my favorite, Ieyasu, Tokugawa. So those 3 guys unified Japan, but this castle focuses on Oda Nobunaga. Why did they focus on Nobunaga? Is he from Osaka area?
I don't know.
じゃあ日本語でこれ。
そう。豊臣秀吉、徳川家康、織田信長の時代でね、そのお城なんですけれども、私は本当に恥ずかしいんですが、全然よく分かってないので、マイクのがすごい詳しいんですけれどもね。
Okay, so Kuni's a little embarrassed, but you shouldn't be because I study it. You just know it, so it's different. She's saying that I know a little bit more about the history than she does, but that's because I'm a history nerd. Okay, that's what I studied in school, so so that's why. But inside they had a lot of information about those guys, and they showed. They had a lot of different kinds of displays. That's what I really was impressed with. I don't know how to say that. Kono Bijukan janai, Reikishikan. How do you say a historical museum? 資料館はたくさんのディスプレイがありましたね。でもすごいね、新しいテクノロジー使いましたね。
そうそうそう。
And different kinds of displays. It's really nice.
そうそう、CG みたいな。
そうそう。They had a lot of computer graphics.
なんかね、すごい。わかりやすくありました。
So it was nice. And then after that, we went to the hotel.
そうだね。で、ちょっと写真ないんですけど、道頓堀、大阪の街ですね。
Right. So then after that, we went to the city. What did they call that city in Osaka? Where did we go? I forgot the name, the area we went to.
道頓堀.
So you don't have pictures of that?
I have.
Okay, too many. It's very difficult to enter pictures. Sorry, Kuni. So then we had dinner with my friend.
Yes.
One of my students she works in Osaka, and she's actually a Panamanian person who's Panamanian and Japanese, and she lives in Japan and works at a company, and I had her as one of my students.
そうね、マイクのお友達と道頓堀でお好み焼きを食べました。パナマ人と日本人のミックスという方でね。
We had okonomiyaki, which is like one of the most famous foods of Osaka, and this is like we call it a Japanese pancake.
Japanese pancake.
Yeah, that's not really a good description. I think it's like it's got a lot of different ingredients and it's fried together. It looks like a pancake, but it's not a pancake.
マイクとマイ子供はですね、あんまりお好み焼きね、あんまり好きじゃない。あんまり口に合わない。大好きよ。
Mikey doesn't like it because you said I don't like it. No, I love okonomiyaki. No, that's Mikey doesn't like okonomiyaki.
はい。では
All right, let's go on because Kuni, yeah, she's tired of talking about the. All right, so then we went to Universal Studios.
はい、ユニバーサルスタジオね。
Very expensive place.
本当にびっくりするぐらい。皆さん知ってます？まあ知ってる人、私たちディズニーランドぐらいかなと思ってたんですけれども、もうそりゃびっくりするぐらいのね。
We were shocked because of the high price. So we were trying to figure out, again, part of this trip was to get it done, but also not to spend too much money. So they have basically three kinds of tickets. One ticket is a basic ticket. You can go in and you can ride all the rides, but you have to wait in line. And so I thought, well, that's okay. But, usually lines can be more than 30 minutes. So we should get some fast track.
そう。チケットが高いのはね、皆さん知ってる、詳しい方は知ってると思うんですが、ファーストパスみたいな感じで、入園料と、あとは並ばなくていいチケットをね、ついたやつを買うと、めっちゃ高いんだと思って、それでも、ミディアムかな。もっと、全部ファーストパスみたいなのもあったけど。
Okay, so Kuni did a better job of explaining the three tickets. She explained all of it, so I can just say it in English. They basically have three kinds. One is you go in, that's all you get, no fast pass. The other one is like medium, so you get 4 rides you can choose. And they have 2 or 3 ones, so that you can't get all the 4 best. You can't get what you want. You have to get what they give you. And then the other one is you can ride everything, but that one was 3 times the price. So we got the middle one.
そうね。だから並んだのもあったよね。
Yeah. And that was good.
でも2時間並んだよ。
Yeah, so what happened is, we were in line for 2 hours for one ride. So I was glad we got the fast pass. So if you go to Universal Studio in Japan, you should get the fast pass. Now, Kuni, I asked an expert in America, and an expert in Japan about Disneyland in America and in Japan and Universal in America and Japan. Do you know who the 2 experts were? One expert is one of my students today is Disney Otaku. She's been to 5 Disneylands, and she lives in Osaka. And the other one was Nina. Okay, じゃあ、今日は興味あるね。並んだ時は何ですか？ Universal Studios か Disneyland どちらは長いですね。もうアメリカと日本どちら長い because my image was these lines were way too long. I mean, even we rode on Jaws, which is one of the oldest rides, and we didn't use the fast pass, but that's why we did it. But it took more than an hour to do that ride. So Nina said that part of it is because of Corona, they have to clean. But Nina said that in Disney, in LA or Universal Studios, it usually takes 30 minutes to ride without fast pass for the regular rides. Corona or no Corona. She said she just went a few months ago, 30 minutes. The average is 30 minutes.
人がいない。
No, just a regular day.
Regular day. 平日。
30 to 90 minutes. But Universal Studio was 60 minutes to more than 2 hours. So the ride is longer in Japan.
Maybe I went to spring vacation. だから混んでたな。
じゃあ日本語で You have to say it in Japanese.
アメリカの娘ちゃんがね、アメリカにいるんですけども、アメリカのディズニーランド USJ？
はい、USJ とディズニーの
両方行った、最近ね、行ったんですけど、30分から1時間ぐらいしか並ばなかったって。
She's rich. ね。But so we took 1 hour to 2.5 hours in Universal Studio, and my otaku student said that Disneyland is 90 minutes or more on a regular day without fast pass. So she said that's normal. Kuni, one ride was, she said 8 hours. Beauty and the Beast, the first day was 8 hours, 8時間 to get in the line in Disney. So long line is normal in Japan, they said. But my image, because I haven't been to Disneyland in America for 10 years. 私10年前行きました。だから image はないですね。I don't know, but my kid said 30 minutes to 90 minutes maximum. Whereas in Japan, it was 90 minutes or more.
日本のがなんか並ぶ感じがする。わかんない。なんでだろう。
Alright, so these are pictures of Universal Studios. That was nice. Then we left Universal Studios and had dinner with my friend in Osaka. What area is that? I forgot.
あれは難波。
Namba. So we went to Namba. That was nice. Okay.
そうですね。はい。
Then we and then okay. So before that, Kuni, you skipped your friend's house. We have to talk about your friend's house. You went to Morioka's son's house.
ごめん。
We should mention it. Is any visitor before we?
ない。
No visitor. Okay. So
わかんなかった。
大丈夫. Okay. So we caught the train halfway between Osaka and Kyoto and stopped at Kuni's friend's house.
そうそう、お友達のね、お家に泊まらせていただきました。ひとみちゃん家ですね。枚方市ってとこですね。
So we went to Hirakata City to her friend Hitomi's house, Morioka-san's house. And what were you doing there and what's that house look like? Can you talk about their house?
いやー、もう素敵な、古民家、いわゆる外見はですね、昔の、日本式スタイルのお家で中を全部リフォームして、お庭があってですね、素敵な写真をね、撮らせていただきました。一泊お世話になりました。はい。
So she's saying, thank you very much for letting us stay at your place. It was an old Japanese house called kominka, or minka is a city house. So kominka, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, it's small, but I'm not sure what that means in the connotation. But it's the old-fashioned Japanese style house. So inside they reformed it completely, but it still had a beautiful tatami room, and they let us stay in there. And their garden was also wonderful. It was nice. It was great. So then after that, they drove us from Hikata City to Kyoto. Hirakata to Kyoto. So nice. We didn't expect that.
ね、本当に車で送ってもらって京都にあっという間に着いちゃったんですけれどもね。
And so from there we went. So because we saved money, we used that money to ride cabs instead of taking buses or trains. So we took cabs everywhere we wanted to go. And the first place we went was we went to your friend's temple.
そう。本證寺っていうんですけれどね、こう右側の右上にキャラクターだそうです。本證寺。私のお友達がですね、なんとここにお嫁に25年前ぐらいにお嫁に行ったお寺に突然じゃない、本当25年ぶりに連絡をちゃんとして行ってみたんですよ。
Okay, so Kuni's friend, she knew from like 20 years ago, her husband is in charge of the temple, and it's called why did you take the name of Honshoji? That character on the right, upper right, is their character for their temple, and we visited their temple. And this changed my view because when I was younger, I preferred Kamakura to Kyoto, only because Kyoto, my image is just big temples and famous places and too many tourists. So I like the small temples. But this time, and near their temple, there's like 30 other temples that you could throw a rock and hit. So very close. So it changed my image of Kyoto, and I understand Kyoto better.
そう。なんつったらいいんだろう。ここはね、そう、すごい、小さなお寺なんですけど、アットホームでね。
前は、マイクは、鎌倉は、京都より好きですね。でも本当に鎌倉、違う、京都の雰囲気と京都市あまり知らないね。いつも大きなアトラクションに行きました。だからいつも通り、面白くない、混んでる、なんで、銀閣寺もういい。So I'm interested in small temples, so Kamakura has many small temples. But this time I saw the smaller places of Kyoto.
そう、わかった。今訳す。
でもI already did it. So
okay. そうなんですね。そう、鎌倉ね、近くにあって好きでちっちゃい。この大きいやっぱり金閣寺とかやっぱり人がいっぱいいるのでね。あんまりマイクはね、有名なところの大きいところは好きじゃないとか言ってたんですけど。
好きけど、行ったことありました。だから。
そう、今回この京都の、割と小さめのね、お寺にお邪魔して、こういう魅力もあるんだっつって、すごい楽しませてもらいましたね。
It was nice too. All right, next.
はい、そしてやっぱり、金閣寺。
金閣寺。Golden Pavilion, a very famous temple. There are two of these. One is Ginkakuji. We didn't go to that one, the Silver Temple. And what's in the bottom right? Sorry, what's that down there? Ah, that's their temple. Okay, so that's her friend. All right, let's go on to the next one, Kuni, because we don't have a lot of time. Go, man. It's my fault.
はい、そう。そして、
So, of course, we went to Roanji, which is like a Zen garden. And then we went to, what's the name of the river? Go, man. Komagawa? Kamogawa. Kamo wa nani? I know that word.
Kamo wa,
it's a bird, right?
Yes.
Yeah, kamo, that's what we were arguing about. The kamo is a dove or a pigeon. So we went to Kamogawa with river and walked around so we could see the beautiful sakura, the beautiful cherry blossoms.
So.
And also just we had a long walk. So we walked a lot. That day we took almost 30,000 steps, which I usually use anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 steps in a normal day. But we took 30,000 steps that day. So good for your health.
そう、こんなにね、京都ではやっぱ歩きましたね。鴨川すごい、でも多分2駅分ぐらい歩いて帰ってきたんで、桜も綺麗だったし、普段マイクは1万歩、この日は多分ね、3万歩ぐらいね、歩いててね。そう、龍安寺って私、It's the first time.
Oh, that was your first time? I didn't know that. Okay.
禅っていうこのお庭、ここにね、皆さんいっぱいいて。
And then on the bottom is the beautiful part. We went to Kiyomizudera for Yozakura. So we went to a temple called Kiyomizudera and for the nighttime. So because we went home on the bus. That was the secret to save money. It takes 6 hours. It's cheaper though. It's like 20% of the cost of the Shinkansen. So we're like, okay, we're gonna ride the bus and save money and use that money to do whatever we want to do. And it was great because we took the bus, we could leave later. So we stayed, and also we changed our schedule. I said to Kuni, I think let's go to Kiyomizudera last. And let's go there last because it's close to the station, and then we'll go and take. And so we went opposite. And because of that, there's a special nighttime. It's only once a year. So can you explain that?
そうなんですよ。駅に清水寺が一番近いから、最後に清水寺って言って、時間を確認したらですね、全然知らなくて偶然です。ちょうど桜のシーズンだったので、あと春休みっていうのもあったんでしょうね。こうやってね、夜、通常多分7時ぐらいで終わるんでしょうけど、この日は10時までってことで、夜ね、こんな素敵なライトアップでね、もう1年に多分1回ぐらいしかない時に、ちょうどタイミングよくあって、よかったです。っていう、これに遭遇できたのも、実は私たちこの日の帰りは、この日に帰ってきたんですけども、夜のなんと、ちょっと若者らしい、夜行バスでね、ミッドナイト、バスで帰ってくるので、夜時間があって、この清水寺のナイトアップ。
So lucky. So what happened is, Kuni's mentioned one thing. It was the spring vacation. I forgot. So that may be one reason why the lines were longer in Universal Studios. But because of the spring vacation and Sakura time, the temple stayed open longer. Because we took the bus, we stayed longer because we probably would have left around 7 or 8. And so that allowed us to go into the nighttime, which was lit up in the special day. It's only once a year they do this kind of schedule, maybe 2 or 3 days. So it was fantastic. It's a once in a lifetime. You should really go. I think we have visitors. We say hi, a couple of people.
はい、いつもの、
西脇さんね。
はい、西脇さんで、ちょっと待ってください。
Hello. Then do we have any more pictures or finish?
もうフィニッシュ。じゃあ待ってくださいね、これを。
Okay, but I want to talk while you're doing that.
はい。マイキーもいいメモリーができましたね。そうですね。本当良かったですね。
So we were able to give my son a good memory as well as having a chance to travel during this pandemic time economically. I don't suggest the night bus if you're over 40. 40歳は大丈夫ね。でも私たちは
そう。夜行バスね。
It's a little rough.
もう経験です。経験したことあるんですけど、今回はね、いろいろあって、でも、コロナっていうのもあって、すごいですよ、皆さん。一シート、一席ずつですね。これ全部、シートが貼ってある。
Okay, because it was Corona, there were some other things, including everybody had sheets, plastic sheets. So you know, it was for safety, but it was really uncomfortable. And then it's like a 6-hour ride in this uncomfortableness. Mr. Nishiwaki said something. What did he say?
いいタイミングでしたね。
そうね。
バイキンも。
Thank you, Nishiwaki-san.
ね、ありがとうございます。
You know, basically, Kuni, I think we can stop there. We're almost out of time, but I just wanted to say that having a chance to travel and also do things was a good stress reliever, and it was also fun. We had some tough times. I mean, there were times when, you know, there's 3 different people with 3 different agendas, so we wanted to go different directions. But we did it as a family, so that's what made it good. And we had a lot of help from people, so thank you to Temple, the name Temple one more time. Go, man. 本正寺 ね。本正寺ありがとうございます。Moriaki-san, thank you very much for letting us stay at your lovely home. 大阪、京都、thank you.
はい、3日間ね、本当に盛りだくさんで、もう帰ってきたらめっちゃ疲れてましたけど、楽しかったね。
It was great.
ね、本当にね。はい、皆さんのおかげです。はい、またよろしくお願いします。はい、また来月ライブします。おやすみなさい。
そう、これ今から once a month. We're going to cut down? Yeah, we're going to do once a month because we have to go to America and for Nina's graduation, and then we'll go once a month for a little while. All right. So thank you for your patience. Thank you.
おやすみなさい。
Bye.